Are you looking for a home in the Vail area or the Tucson area, and you want a place with a little more elbow room and a place where you can do a little bit more of the things that you want to do on your own property they may not be able to do in another subdivision or a community with an HOA? Well, in today's video, we're going to explore a special neighborhood in the Vail area and show you what it has to offer and see if it checks some extra boxes for you. Let's get to it. If you're new to this channel and want to learn everything from A to Z about living in Tucson, AZ, then click subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. Hi, I'm Dustin Smith. My wife Jennifer and I have helped hundreds of people just like you move to and from Tucson, Arizona. So whether you're moving in 12 days, 12 weeks, or 12 months, give us a call, shoot us a text or an email so we can help you make that smooth move to Tucson. Today, we're going to be exploring the Whetstone Ranch area. So when I'm talking about Whetstone Ranch, I'm typically talking about a certain neighborhood in the Vail area that's just south of I-10 near Vail and Wentworth. So the neighborhood itself is about 10 to 15 minutes away from the nearest gas station and grocery store. You're about 15 minutes away from a large Walmart and Home Depot. So there's a lot of stuff nearby, but things are a little more spread out over here. So it does feel a little more rural, and you don't really have like that general store or anything right in the neighborhood. You're definitely gonna have to load up in a car and get out of here. A lot of people end up looking for homes in the Whetstone Ranch area because they want something with a little more space. So a lot of the homes in the Whetstone Ranch area are going to be on about an acre. And even the homes that aren't, you're surrounded by a lot of property out here. You have a lot of Arizona State Trust land too. So you have a lot of areas to go explore, right out your back door. Many of the homes in the neighborhood too, they're on like unsubdivided land, or even if it is, subdivided with an HOA, there's sometimes minimal restrictions. So if you want horses, or you need to park that project vehicle outside every once in a while, or toy hauler, RV, whatever it is, you got a little more freedom to do so. And because it's a little more spread out, you have a lot less traffic through here. I mean, there's a couple roads that kind of cut through the main areas of Whetstone Ranch where you'll see some more cars, but a lot of these side streets, homes on acres, you have very few cars coming in and out during the day. All your neighbors are gonna know who you are, you're gonna know who they are for the most part, which really creates like a tight sense of community. Of course, one of the big attractors out to the area is the Vail School District. So we have a lot of people with school-age children that reach out to us and say, hey, I want something in the Vail School District. So that kind of gives you, the best of that world out here. You're in Vail, you have the space, and you're part of the Vail School District. And you have a few different schools that are actually within range right here. You've got a couple elementary schools within about 15 minutes. You've got 2 high schools. So you've got options of where you want to send the kiddos. And the other side of Vail, I mentioned that we're south of I-10 over here. So on the north side of I-10, that is actually famous for having backed up traffic, especially near the railroad tracks. So on this side of I-10, not so much. So if you need to hit that freeway for commuting, it's a lot easier from this side. It doesn't even really matter the time of day. So knowing that things are a little more spread out, it's actually going to give you some pretty good mountain views from certain areas. I mean, you have a lot of flat, usable land here. Not too flat, like there are some washes that go throughout different areas. So most of the properties are gonna have some sort of good drainage, but if you're worried about being in a flood zone, we can definitely help you out with that. Check properties out on a case-by-case scenario if you like them. But yeah, as far as the mountains go, you're actually gonna be able to see different mountain ranges depending on where your lot is. So, right here in this little development, we have some pretty good Rincon mountain views, but on the way in, I was looking around, I was able to see the Santa Ritas, I was able to see the Catalinas, the Rincons, and it's pretty clear out today too. So I could actually see clear down to the Tucsons at certain parts of the community as well. So all those major mountain ranges visible from, one little community in the Vail area. So I mentioned all the awesome things about Whetstone Ranch, but it's probably worth actually noting some of the drawbacks in here too. So of course, When you have a lot of homes without HOAs, there's a lot of people that are targeting the neighborhood because there is no HOA. So you might find a few properties that have a little more junk on it that you might like to see. And even if you don't, you know, if you plan on using this as your forever home, you can't really be 100% certain what's going to happen with the properties around you down the road. So I actually have a family member that lives in the neighborhood over here, and their neighbor has probably over 20 cars on the property. And, you know, she doesn't love that. At least they're nice people, and it's not like in her front yard or backyard. But, you know, just something to consider when you don't have the homeowners association. I think if you're looking for a property that doesn't have a homeowners association, you've kind of already come to terms with that. You know, you don't want that control on you, and you're not really trying to put that control on anybody else either. So one of the things I mentioned as a drawback, or as a benefit, could actually be a drawback depending on how you look at it. So a lot of these homes, you are allowed to have horses or goats or chickens. So if that's something that you're not wanting, that could be a drawback for you. You know, you could have neighbors that potentially have those animals, and if that bothers you, this might not be the place. But, you know, in my experience, that a lot of people that are looking in these type of neighborhoods do want the freedom to, you know, have animals if they choose to. You know, another drawback I should mention, we're pretty split between homes that are on, like, you know, well-maintained, beautiful pavement roads, and then you have also some, you know, a little bit rougher dirt roads throughout the area too. So if you don't want to live on a dirt road, you're going to be limiting your options in the Whetstone Ranch area. So Whetstone's Ranch isn't really a huge area. There's definitely, you know, a good number of houses in here, but, you know, when I went to go pull up the homes that were for sale right now, there's actually only 14 single family homes that are on the market right now. And there's about 6 of them under the $500,000 price range, starting in the 370s. And then the highest price home for sale in the neighborhood is just over $1 million. So you definitely have a wide spread of homes throughout the area. And now that you know a little bit about Whetstone's Ranch and what it has to offer, let's go check out a few homes. The first home that we got for you today is this one right behind me, currently listed at $399,000. So we're pretty close to that entry-level price point for the neighborhood. We're a little bit down a dirt road, but you also have more acreage over here. So this home is sitting on 4 acres of land, and that is actually already legally divided. So you have a fenced in 2.5 acre section. There's actually 2 horse stable in the back right there, a little covered barn for them. You, on the other side of the home right here, you actually do have a steel workshop back there. You can use that for vehicle parking or for whatever projects you may want to work on. Lots of open land right here. So if you wanted to park like an RV or put a round pen up for the horses, you've got the space to do so. And for the home itself, the home was built in 1976. It's 1,776 square foot. And you've got a brand new roof on there. When you go inside the home, it is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. Everything is in really good shape. It's not necessarily all like, you know, up-to-date brand new stuff, but it is definitely well cared for. So you've got good bones. You've got basically like a nice, you know, livable home on 4 acres right at that $400,000 price point. So I hope you liked this one, but we've got some more special homes to show you today. We're going to keep rolling. All right, our next home is actually kind of a 2-for-1. So let's start right here. This home behind me is currently listed at $850,000. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home sitting on 0.89 acres. And it is a Walden backyard, but it's kind of one of those blank slate backyards. We have a west-facing front yard, east-facing backyard. So, you know, great to catch that morning sun if you want to. And I mean, since it's a new construction home, but it's turnkey, move-in ready, everything is ready for you. You have beautiful tile floors, high-end granite countertops and appliances, and, all the modern touches. If you don't want to have to update something, you've got that right here. And one of the best parts about this neighborhood is that they actually do allow you to have your toys. Now, I remember talking to the builder's representative just a few months ago, and they said, they do want you to put your RV or whatever toys you have behind a fence or behind a wall. But driving through here, you can see there's not a lot of enforcement. A lot of people are just parking their vehicles on the side of the yard. So I think you do have some flexibility when it comes to that. Now, this home is actually backed up to other homes through the backyard, but the 2-for-1 part of this is actually there is another home that is near completion at the end. So if you can see that one that says 1155 on the garage right there, very similar floor plan. In fact, the face of the home looks identical, but instead of that 2,700 square foot, it's 2,122 square foot, and it's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on 0.83 acres. Now, personally, I have a preference for the lot over there. So part of the backyard is on the hill. So if you did some view fencing in that backyard, you're gonna look down towards that wash. You have a nice big opening. You can actually see pretty well towards the Santa Rita's over there, making, gorgeous mountain view. But down in that wash, those washes often act like wildlife highways. And I know there's, a good amount of deer in the area. So you'll be able to see deer, coyotes, tons of, bird life coming through. So if you love nature, it's going to feel like you're a little bit more in nature, but you're in, part of the Whetstone Ranch area with brand new paved roads. Some homes in the neighborhood are like $1 million plus homes, but you still have a lot of that freedom. None of the homes in here are going to allow horses. So if you're wanting that, you're not going to get it. And if you don't want that, well, you've checked another box on your list right there. So yeah, now that you know, or now that you've seen this neighborhood, we got one more to show you. Let's keep rolling. The final home we're checking out today, and really the star of the whole video, is this home behind me right here, currently listed at $1,015,000. And with that, you get 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. So yeah, each bedroom has their own bathroom, 3,391 square foot. So plenty of elbow room within the house itself. And the house sitting on about an acre, plenty of space right there. You have a Walden backyard. Oh my gosh, the backyard is gorgeous, right? So they have a brand new PebbleTech pool back there, which is a saltwater pool and jacuzzi, a large grass area. Everything is fully landscaped and manicured. You got a couple good shade trees back there. And if the 1 acre itself wasn't enough space, they actually are selling an adjoining 10 acres next door as well. So you can, give yourself a little more room for whatever projects you want to work on. And of course, you can see the 3-car garage plus the RV garage there for you too. So you can use that, plenty of space, workshop, park the RV indoors. Lots going on here. When you go into the home, the kitchen itself is quite large, has a large center island, great for entertaining in there. You got tile floors, granite countertops, you have carpet in the bedrooms. You have the extra tall Anderson doors on there too. They really went all out with making sure that the home has those high-end touches to it. It also has brand new air conditioners, a brand new water heater, and it has the Tucson Electric Power owned solar panels on it too. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed kind of exploring the Whetstone Ranch area with me today. If you did like it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, click subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. And if you're thinking about, moving to Tucson or moving around Tucson, give us a call, shoot us a text or an email. We'd love to be the ones to help you make that smooth move. Our contact information is in the description below, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you again.